Trafik çetor bu. How we feeling? We feeling good? Let me ask you, I'm nice and loud. Are we ready to laugh? Are we excited to watch some dancing? Let me hear you if you're going to the after party. Very Western crowd. I can't believe this. Very Western. I can already see my parents shaking their head. I bet 10 years ago when they signed me up for all those piano lessons, they thought I would be playing piano for you today. Sadly not the case. Nonetheless, I'm so excited to be here performing stand-up comedy for you all. I think it's very important that I'm doing this because I think we're getting soft as a society. Absolutely. I think comedy is a way to look at ourselves critically. We can talk about real issues without filter and learn from them. It's a true expression of our First Amendment. Who's with me? Yeah, I was really excited to perform some authentic comedy for you, and then I had to show my parents. This is actually version B that you are listening to. In version A, I couldn't get one joke out before my baba disowned me for dishonoring the family's last name, Rahmani. Very good last name. Which shouldn't be a problem anymore now that I changed my last name to Andolini. Always wanted to be Italian. But nevertheless, things were awkward in the house the next couple days because of version A. My baba and mama were clearly upset. So I said, Baba, Mama, look, I'm really sorry about my comedy rough draft. I crossed the line. My baba put down his chai. Kavon, Baba, I don't care that you made the fun of me. I stopped being embarrassed by you after your last stand-up comedy. But do you have any idea how many job opportunities you would have lost with those jokes? And I don't know why I did that with an accent. My baba doesn't have an accent anymore. Actually, I didn't tell him I was going to do this. Can we all get a round of applause for my dad? We are all so incredibly proud of you. If you don't know, today we're celebrating his 23 months of being accent-free. Just got off the no-fly list. Sorry, back to the story. My parents were clearly upset because of version A. And what my baba said hit me hard because I love this community and culture. And the last thing I would want to do is make fun of it with offensive comedy. That's why after a little bit I said, Baba, Mama, I'm sorry, what I did was wrong. But I think I know a way to make this up to you. I'll make this right. So, can you guys believe this Trump presidency? There's been a lot of turnover, as you already know. In fact, record turnover from people like Steve Bannon, Spicer, Comey, Flynn, the list goes on. You know what they actually say? The only truly qualified person he hired to do their job was Stormy Daniels! Now, thank you. Thank you. Now, I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of the guy, but I gotta say, I think he's very inspirational and motivating. Absolutely. If that guy can be president, I can live up to my parents' academic expectations. 100%. But I don't think he's all that bad. I think he's looking out for us. I think he cares. You can't say he doesn't care. Let me give you some examples. Just in his presidency, there's been the anti-KKK march, Women's March, NRA marches, March Madness, DACA immigrant marches. This is all incredible considering how much Americans hate exercising. One thing that's actually changed since I did my stand-up for you all last year is that I now have a girlfriend. Applause for that? Is it that surprising? That's okay. My girlfriend is actually in the audience today. But this is a very sad day for our relationship. Yeah, I had her convinced I was Italian. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm very proud of my heritage, and that's actually one of the first things that I told her. But she's white, and I didn't know if I was exactly her type. I mean, this black hair and dark brown eyes, I'm not even my own type. But let me tell you something assuring to all the Persian men in the audience and backstage. They have the same insecurity. I have come to find out that this is not the case at all. Let me ask my lovely audience. Excuse me, sir, sitting in the front. How are you doing? Your name? Roham. Hi, Roham. Thank you for coming to the show tonight. Hi, Roham. Do you know the one thing American women love ahead of their lattes and Ugg boots? No, I'll tell you. American women love their pets. That's right. They love their pets. My girlfriend actually has her very own companion chihuahua. And as a pet owner myself, I can tell you that when you're without your pet, you feel like something is missing. You get anxious. Sometimes I tell her, I say, I can tell there's something wrong. Perhaps you would like to pet me. You get stuck on the hairs. As any good Persian man, one of the first things I do with all my friends is introduce them to my grandmother. My grandmother is in the audience today. She helped raise me, she cooked for me, Bimenam Farsi Abdad. MashaAllah. My friends always ask, Kavon, why are Persian grandmothers so special? How can you tell a Persian grandmother apart from any other? I say it's very simple. You do a test. At get-togethers, cookouts, mehmoonies, whatever you like to call them. The non-Persian grandmother, the grandparents typically gather the food for the grandchildren, of course. The non-Persian grandmother will gather some rice, some vegetables, and some goosh, some meat. But the Persian grandmother, if you look very closely, when scooping up the rice, she only takes the saffron portion. And then she takes the rest of the food and puts it in her to-go box. You guys have been a fantastic audience for me. Thank you. Thank you. Who wants to hear one more joke? Okay, just for you. Rahim, right? Sorry. Roham, Mazarim Khan. Have you ever tried playing soccer with Persians? He said no. He is very lucky. It is very difficult to play soccer with Persians. Every Persian, I mean every Persian, they either want to be the striker to score goals, or they want to be the goalkeeper. There's no taraf in it at all. Persian men, they will taraf for hours over who pays the bill, but when it comes to being goalkeeper, they're very stubborn. Very stubborn. It's actually in our blood. Believe it or not, I was not always this tall and handsome. In 8th grade, I was 5'1", a little chubby because of all the saffron rice. And I go to the first day of soccer practice, and of all the positions I could score goals at, I decided I wanted to be the goalkeeper. But the thing is, the Persian goalies, they're very good. They're very aggressive. They've gotten their fair share of kotaks, and they're not afraid to dive at the ball head first. This last World Cup, I actually realized why everyone wants to be the goalie. Do you want to know why? It's because these men are looking for an excuse to get a nose job.